top 10 things. And not just any top 10 things. The top 10 things you should do before moving to Central Alberta. Are you thinking about moving to Central Alberta? Well, then this video is for you, and Jason Walls and Shalane Walls, me, we're here to help you streamline that move. Whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days, 90 days, or a year from now, it doesn't matter to us. Like we say in every single video, we're here to do the research so you don't have to. If you're new to our channel, you're going to want to like and subscribe just so you can find out all the information that we provided to make that move smooth from you. From schools to healthcare to jobs to city living, lake living, hamlet living, sports, things to do. The list is endless. You're going to want to tune in. So you know what you got to do. You got to like and subscribe and follow us. So let's dive into it, guys. Number 1, you need to get real about the weather here in Central Alberta. And I'm not going to go over and over this in this video, but every point I'm going to hit the top 10, I have a video. Jason has a video on this channel that dives into it in the specifics. That's going to be from about 11 minutes, maybe even over 35 minutes. And I encourage you to go and watch that. Anyways, get real with the weather. When I say get real with the weather, I mean get real with the weather. So right now you see me in a t-shirt. In about 10 minutes, it could be pouring rain, it could be tornado warnings, it could be thundering, it could be lightning, all in the middle of the day. What do I mean by this? I mean that every season has its challenges. When it's summer, it can be 35 degrees or it can be 9 degrees. When it's spring, it can be snowing and blowing and blizzarding, or it could be a heat wave. Same with the fall. The fall can be some of us most beautiful weather here in Central Alberta, which is kind of sad sometimes when we send the little bambinos back to school and we've bought them all those fall clothes, sweaters, jackets, and they can't wear it because it's still 30 degrees. But having said that, it can be very rainy. It can also have some snow. Now let's talk about winter. Here in Central Alberta, the sun most of the time is always shining. So we got that on our side. We can pat our backs for that. But it can get darn cold here. Where I mean you don't want to go outside. Where your car might not start. Your water could freeze up if you haven't turned it on for a few days. But that's just the bad and the ugly. Most of the time the winter is manageable. It's in the minus 20s, which is manageable. You're going to be seasons for it. You're going to have a winter jacket. Most cars here have remote start. Most houses here have a garage or underground parking or room to build a garage. If you don't have that, you plug your car in, remote start it, you're going to be fine. Or you just hunker down in your house or in some of the places around Central Alberta that have fun things to do, like going out to eat, maybe going shopping, maybe going bowling, maybe going swimming. Who knows? But having said that, in every single season that we have, if you love the outdoors, there is something for you to do, an activity for you to do by yourself, with your family, with your friends, with a group. And like I said, if you want to know more about that, there's a video for that. So you're going to have to dive into moving to Central Alberta YouTube channel. Number 2, choose a community wisely. So what do I mean by that? I want you to think about your wants, your needs, your desires, what's going to make life good for you. And then when you write that list of things down, start with your needs. What do you need to have? A school, job, transit. What do you need to have to make your life run smoothly? What do you want to have? What do you want to have around you? So when you're thinking about communities, you might think, oh, I want to be in Red Deer, a city center, where they have a major hospital. There's lots of different career paths. There's lots of job opportunities, city transit, many different schools, many different organizations for social clubs, networking, those types of things. Maybe you want the laid-back lake life. So then you're going to want to position your search around those types of places. Pine Lake, Gull Lake, Glenifer Lake, Buffalo Lake, Crimson Lake, Clearwater. So all of these different places have different amenities that are going to suit your needs. So that is something that I really want you to dive into. Number 3, understand the cost of living. So if you have a specific budget and you have a specific need, whether it's your type of housing, you're going to want to make sure that you dial in with your agent and you you figure out where your dollars can expand to. So for instance, being in a major city, as I'm sure you know, the cost of living is going to be a little bit higher, somewhat significantly higher than living in a smaller center. So having said that, that means you can oftentimes get a bigger home, a bigger lot, and a smaller center that is around a major center. I need you to know that if you decide that you don't want to live in a major center like Red Deer here in Central Alberta, you can live outside the city and have great amenities that's maybe 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, and still get that smaller town feel. And it will also stretch those dollar bills if that's something that you need, something that you want, and something that you desire. And again, you can dive into our YouTube, and we do have a video on that. But you know what you can always do? You can always call Jason and I, email us, or text us with any of your questions, and we are happy to dive into it with you one-on-one and do an intake form with you and answer every single question that you have in detail, because we do the research so you don't have to. Number 4. I kind of touched on this already, access and services. So if you're somebody that needs to get to the airport quickly, or you need to get to the highway quickly because you've decided to live outside of the major city for your job, you're going to want to think about that. You're going to want to think about your commute. You're going to want to think about, okay, I have to go to the airport twice a week. How far am I willing to travel for that? Now here in Central Alberta, Red Deer is right in the middle of Calgary and right in the middle of Edmonton. So Edmonton is to the north, Calgary is to the south. Both have international airports, so if that's something that you're thinking about, we can easily set you up with a property or a community, jobs within a comfortable driving range. So again with that, services. So if you are requiring special services, maybe it's a specialist doctor, maybe you are in a special service for your career, we're going to want to make sure that we find you a community that is able to host that for you, and as well maybe a community outside of there that's a quick commute. And again, Jason and I, we are from Central Alberta, born, raised our 5 kids here, so we are here to help you. We're here to dive into that, and we are here to make that move easy for you. Now I know I'm only giving you the top 10 things to do before you move, but there is a list of things that we encourage you to do, not necessarily do, but explore, so that it generates you questions, and then we can answer those questions, and that again helps make that move small, because we know making a move, any move, is not easy. It is stressful, and before you're going to start packing those boxes and labeling those boxes, you're going to want to have some questions answered, and that's going to give you a little bit of sense of ease, maybe more confidence in your decision, especially when you're trying to manage the kids running around the house, or manage taking those phone calls, or still trying to work from home amongst the boxes. Just use this information to help guide you and help streamline that move, and use Jason and I and our industry professionals to help you. Something you're also going to want to think about is, if you're not living in a major center that has city transit, you're going to be driving a lot. So some of the smaller centers like Lacombe, they're getting e-scooters. Red Deer has those too. So it's something fun. You can rent the e-scooter, you can zip around the city, you pick it up, you drop it off, it's on an app, you tap with your card. It's really easy to manage. But if you're someone that is relying heavily on city transit for your day commute for work, or your daily needs, your groceries, school, you're going to want to explore that too. So Red Deer does have a city transit service that is phenomenal. There's also the action bus for seniors. So there's many different options. We do have Uber, we do have taxis, we have the e-scooters. There is a lot of options for transit around Red Deer if you do not have a car. And again, when you go to some of these other centers, lots of them you can just walk all around. But when you get into that cold winter weather, you might not want to be walking. So again, whatever town you're exploring, make sure you look at what the city transit is. Are there in fact taxis? Is there Uber? Is there scooters? Is it easy to walk around? Is there an action bus if you're a senior living in a senior facility, or maybe you're a senior and you don't drive and you require that program? Again, we have a full video on that on our YouTube channel, so you can dive into that, or you can call and ask us for any information that you are acquiring about or thinking about that maybe you are stumped on, or maybe you're not sure what to ask. Give us a call. We have a list of questions. We have a list of information that's going to help you, again, make that move smooth. Know your market. So that is where Jason and I come in. When you've decided where you want to live after you've done all of your research, Jason and I are here to help you navigate that area, tell you the different areas of that city, of that town, of that hamlet, what the prices are, what the prices have been, and what we expect maybe the projection of the prices to be based on what's sold. And we're also going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, the things to be aware of, the pros and the cons of that place you've decided to live and explore, as well as the neighborhood, because we want you to be educated as we can educate you, and we don't want you to have any surprises. So you've picked an area, community you want to live in, then you're going to pick a neighborhood based on your budget, based on maybe a school, maybe based on where you work. And then Jason and I are going to dive into that with you and show you all of the amenities, show you the different commutes, show you how long it's going to take to get to where you need to go every day. That is something that we really love to do. I love to put my clients in the car, tour them around the neighborhoods, tour them around the communities, and point out not only the good, the bad, the ugly, but also the hidden gems. Yes, every single community has a hidden gem. And let me tell you, they are usually pretty spectacular. Well, not usually. They always are. So let's move on to the next one. Number 8, learn Alberta lifestyle. Alberta lifestyle is pretty laid back. When you come here, you're going to know everybody is very friendly. We have all different types of lifestyles here. We have the outdoor enthusiasts. We have people that love to be active, that love to be involved in all the different races that are here, the gyms. We have arts and culture. We have so many festivals here. We have museums. We have the people that love camping, quadding, RVing, hunting. The Crown land here in Central Alberta is phenomenal. So if you're someone that wants to go camping, you're going to have no shortage of camping spots. And lots of them you don't have to reserve. So that is a bonus because, let's face it, you don't always know when you're going to want to go camping. You might have a random couple of days off and want to head out. Quadding. Quadding trails are phenomenal around here. Maybe you want to go hiking. There is endless amount of hiking trails here in Central Alberta. Skiing. If you don't already know, you're going to know that Banff is not very far from here in Red Deer, 3 hours and an hour and a half from Calgary, where you can do some of the world's best skiing. Yes, there's even heli-skiing there. There's dog sledding. There's downhill mountain bike racing. There's like I already said, hiking, canoeing, kayaking, whitewater rafting, skydiving. Whatever you love to do, you can do here in Central Alberta. Boating. So if you want to go wakeboarding, water skiing, tubing, some of our lakes around here in Central Alberta are just phenomenal. And they're not even those frigid temperatures where you can't dive in. So again, if you want to do anything outdoors, from quadding to hiking, to boating, to camping, festivals, fairs, farmers markets, food trucks, we have it all. But also, if you're into more laid back things inside, we have lots of different organizations and clubs. We have the Bridge Club, we have pickleball, we have crib tournaments. So all of these types of activities outside of planning things on your own, the camping, the quadding, the kayaking, those types of things, are in a book here at the City of Red Deer. So if you go to www.cityofreddeer.ab.ca, that is the website for City of Red Deer. And if you click in there, there's the look-in book. Yes, look-in book. And in there, we have one for the fall season, the winter season, and the summer. Spring and summer. In that book is endless activities, from swimming lessons to cooking classes to dance lessons to family nights to babysitter's course to golf lessons to pickleball to badminton to yoga, art classes, camera classes, photography classes. You name it, there is something to do for everyone. And when I mean everyone, I mean every age group, from mom and baby to dad and baby, parent and tot, all the way up to senior. So if you're looking for something to do in Central Alberta, you will find it. Trust me. Now let's go on to number 9. If you're planning on buying a house here in Central Alberta, let's get you pre-approved so you have no surprises. And you might think, why do I want to get pre-approved before I even go there, before I even start looking? Well, this is why. Let's think about it like this. Do you ever go to the mall or to buy groceries or a vacation without knowing how much money you have in the bank? Exactly. So you're not going to want to do that here either. You're going to want to know exactly how much you're approved for and how much you want to spend, what you're comfortable to spend. You might be approved for $500,000, but you only want to spend $300,000, and that's perfectly okay. But that's something we need to know. So once you get that pre-approval, then you can pick a realtor, which is going to be hopefully Shalane Walls and Jason Walls from the Walls Real Estate Group. And we are going to dive into that intake form. We're going to dive into what your needs are, your wants, your desires, that wish list. We're going to talk about you, the kids, the dog, the cat, grandma, grandpa, everything, so that we can tailor a search just for you, so that you're not having to go on MLS every day. This search is going to be set up in real time for you, that every listing that every real estate agent has and puts live, it's going to be sent to you automatically in real time with no lag. So that is something really exciting. Now, if you don't have a mortgage broker or you're not sure what the difference is in that, don't worry. Jason and I will help you. We have so many great professionals that we work for. It's kind of a joke. Everyone says, oh, Jason and Shalane have a guy for everything. A guy, it's not a girl, but it's really true. Being in the industry here in Central Alberta for 20 years, we are here to help you with industry professionals that we trust, have great testimonials that our clients trust and our clients use over and over again. So let's just go back to that quick because I kind of rambled on. Number 9, get you pre-approved, get that intake form, and get you dialed into a search. It just helps you know what you're exploring when you're Googling, when you're researching, when you're checking out our YouTube. It's something very important. And no, it does not have to be scary. It's just something that we need to do that's going to help make your move smoother and easier. And it's going to help Jason and I to know exactly what you're looking for. And number 10. Number 10 is one of my favorite things. I want you to research realtors. I want you to explore realtors, have meetings with realtors. And then when you've done that, I want you to call up Jason and I because you're so happy with your interview. We'll give you some swag. We even have water bottles. Yeah, Yeti water bottles. We have pens. We have hoodies, we have jackets. We just like to show our appreciations to our clients. So that would be your last step, but definitely not the least important, I don't think. So let's just kind of recap this again. The top 10 things I think that you need to do before you move to Central Alberta. Learn the weather. Make sure you're comfortable with it, because if you're not into cold, then this might not be the place for you. Choose your community based on your needs, your wants, and your desires. Understand the cost of living, because I want you to keep those dollar in your pocket so that you can have fun doing all the things that Central Alberta has to offer. Check the services and access to make sure that you're comfortable with the commute, you're comfortable with the drive to work, driving the kids to school, driving the kids to sports. That is going to be very key. And that also includes researching the school options, because there are so many different school options here in Central Alberta, whether you're looking for private, whether you're looking for university, whether you're looking for college, maybe you're looking for online outreach, maybe you need a specialty school for your child with developmental disabilities. We definitely have those options here as well. And I know I just touched on schools, and I know it is very huge when you are making that move. And having raised 5 kids here in Central Alberta, Jason and I know the schools like the back of our hand. And yes, there is a video on our channel about the schools here in Central Alberta and your different options. Number 6, your drive within the city. You want to make sure that you are able to get around whichever town, whichever community you decide to move to. Number 7, know the job market. We want to make sure that if you're moving here, you can find a job that you like, you can find a job in the industry you're in, and we want to make sure that you're happy because that is number 1. And number 8, we want to make sure you know the lifestyle. Make sure you're going to be happy here and there's something for you to do, or at least something maybe you're interested in doing. Number 9, get pre-approved for that mortgage so you know how much is in the bank when you go shopping. And number 10, my favorite, give Jason and I a call so we can start the process and get you onto that move to Central Alberta. We can't wait to have you here. So again, whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days, 9 months, or 1 year from now, it doesn't matter to us. We're here to help you for the entire journey. So again, please like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let me know if you found this information informative. Let me know if you'd like more information because like you, Jason and I are here to help anybody that is thinking about moving to Central Alberta. Shalane Walls, Jason Walls with the Walls Real Estate Group.